Knockout Legends in the building. Like, comment, and subscribe. So today I want to talk about Big Baby Miller, and he has an interview with FightHype, and he has a few things to say about certain fighters on the day of reckoning post press conference that's just passed. So with no further ado, we'll play the clip and get right back into it.
I mean, he's a durable fighter for 4 or 5 rounds. You know, he has a good right hand. Young kid, pretty strong. But you know, his heart is suspect. His durability is suspect. And you know, pressure bust pipes.
Would you do you think he should have been technically heavyweight champ right now with Usyk?
I mean, in the fight game, you know, anything can happen. It was a good body shot. You could call it low. You could call it, a knockdown. You know what I'm trying to say? Like I thought it was a good body shot, but like I said, if you know you hurt him once, I mean you could do it again. You know, and that kind of took the steam out of, you know, Dubois' self-esteem and motivation to keep, you know, pushing forward. And as a fighter, that just shows that, you know, he don't have that mental fortitude. You know what I mean?
Man, what's your beef with AJ, man? Like, what's your beef with this dude, man? Why you hating this guy so much,
bro,
man?
He been trying to call him, want to apologize. Ain't nothing to talk about, man.
When he called you to apologize?
He called my publicist, you know what I mean?
When did he do that?
The same day after the press conference. Ain't nothing to talk about, man. If we want to talk business and we talking about a future fight, then yeah, we can talk. But until then, nigga, we not gonna be friends until I punch you in your mouth. You know what I mean? It's like it's like that thing in school. You got guys you don't get along with, but y'all fight. Sometimes I become best friends after that. But until I touch his chin, ain't nothing to talk about, man.
Do you think you'll get a chance to, from the standpoint of he is gonna fight Wilder? So do you expect Wilder?
He's not fighting Wilder. That fight's never happened.
Wait,
on my word.
Joshua
and Wilder's never happened.
Am I bugging? That's there.
You're bugging.
They're fighting December 23rd.
No, Joshua is fighting somebody else. Doesn't fight Oton Wally. Deontay Wilder is fighting Joseph Parker. They're not fighting.
Why you think they're not gonna fight though?
They're not fighting.
Why do you think so?
They're not fighting.
He must know something I don't know,
Yeah,
man.
but you didn't see the press conference good then. They're not fighting each other. They're fighting, but they're not fighting each other.
Wilder and Joshua?
No,
The 23rd?
Yeah,
No. Joshua's fighting Wallin and Wilder's fighting Parker.
no.
I said Wilder and Joshua.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I said. Y'all got me. I'm like, am I tripping? No.
They fighting. We all the same club, but they're not fighting each other. Correct.
No, yeah. I was asking you, do you think you'll get a chance to fight Joshua since he's fighting Wilder? Like, do you think Wilder is gonna beat him?
Man, I don't know, man. I feel like, you know, I gotta keep pursuing that belt. And once I get one of them straps or all the straps, then it's gonna make it more feasible. You know what I mean? But if he loses, I guarantee they're gonna probably want to make that fight later because he's losing his marketability, and a lot of people not a big fan of Joshua like they used to be. You know what I mean? So, I mean, at some point it's gonna get to where he needs somebody to fight, and they're gonna look to make dollars. And I'm the best person outside of Deontay, really.
How does the fight between you and AJ actually play out, man? He's a big, strong guy, punches hard. How does the fight between you guys play out?
How would that fight play? He's big, strong. He ain't bigger than me. He ain't stronger than me. He got a little height on me, that's about it. That shit don't mean nothing in boxing. Especially in the heavyweight division. I got to touch that chin one time. One time.
Do you? I know you were saying that. How you doing? I know you were saying that. You think that Joshua will get sent to the grave before Wilder? Before you, he'll get sent to the hospital. Is he ever gonna fight Wilder, man? Is that fight gonna happen?
No, he's not fighting Wilder. That's not happening. Eddie Hearn is not gonna sign AJ's life and career away just yet. He ain't gonna do that fight.
But you don't think it makes the most money? You don't think it makes sense to do?
I believe that me and Joshua make more money than him and Wilder.
Why is that?
Because everybody want to see it. Not everybody's asking for that Wilder fight, but everybody asking about that Big Baby fight. Look at the numbers, 110%.
So was that kind of why you was coming at him so hard and so? Because everybody on the card was so nice. I'm so happy to
nice
be here.
Nice or boring?
Flop.
I mean boring.
Maybe a little boring. I can't lie.
Okay. That's a big difference.
But is that kind of like your end game a little bit? Like, all right, let me get rid of him.
Yeah, part of this too. It's always thinking about the future, but I just don't generally like the dude. You know what I mean? I just don't care for him. You know what I mean? Like, you know, I'm always coming for Wilder neck, but you know, when Wilder came to the first, we had a video shoot first and a photo shoot. Wilder respectful. You know, he come out his face, he didn't even look my way, he didn't say nothing. And I was like, you know what? Man, I say it for another day. We're only 2 Americans out here. I'm just going, you know what I mean? Because I always step to him, always do it. I run up on everybody. I talk to everybody. But at that moment, it was like, I seen Wilder didn't want no smoke at that moment, and he was just he was respectful. So I was like, you know what? I'm letting him live. But then AJ, as soon as he walked in, he grilling me. I'm like, what the fuck you looking at? Like, got dog shit out you. You know what I mean? So I kind of turned all my attention to him. I was like, I'm gonna deal one sucker at a time. I'm gonna deal with this fool.
So from the clip there, we get the usual Big Baby Miller. Now, he is actually entertaining, and he does bring a good entertainment value to boxing, and he's good at basically roasting people and talking crap and basically bringing the controversy to the sport. Now, when he's asked about Daniel Dubois, he gives the normal media-friendly answers that the public can latch onto to further his cause, where he says he's got no heart, he's got a suspect chin, you know, he should have finished Usyk when he had the chance. But boxing's about psychology as well, and obviously Daniel's a lot younger than probably Big Baby, so experience plays into it as well. In the fact that basically he said he should have jumped on him. He did try to jump on Usyk, but Usyk's experienced, he knows what to do, he knows how to see out a fight, and he did what he needed to do, and he won the fight. So that's a non-starter anyway, and fair enough, you got to disparage your opponent and put him down to make yourself look credible and advance your cause. But at the end of the day, you're a known drug cheat. You've been caught twice. You've had over probably, I think, 5 or 6 substances in your bodies, and you've had a human growth hormone. You've had flipping SARMs, and you've had PEDs. So I don't know what you were thinking doing that. You probably took more drugs than an actual bodybuilder takes on a cycle for a Mr. Olympia contest. So it's just shocking you can even say what you're saying when you're just you're blatantly just a blatant drug cheat, you know what I mean? Which has been documented, and that's not me just throwing shade, it's the truth. So anyway, the stuff about AJ and he's saying he don't like him, again, marketing tool to advance your cause, to get your name out in the public, saying that AJ's, you know, he's not the same anymore marketability wise, this, that and the other. I'll give him one good thing, he's good at selling himself. And obviously, you know, you don't like Joshua because Joshua's mean mugging, but like, you gotta remember, the reason that Joshua lost his O in the first place was because of him. So I think Joshua would be a bit salty and probably would hate on him, and then all the theatrics that he came with in the run up to the fight, that's gonna kind of leave a sore taste in your mouth. And I think we're seeing more of the real Joshua now, in the sense that he's letting the shackles of corporate camouflage go, because it's at this point now, he's near the end of his career, coming to the end. I wouldn't say he's completely finished, but he's near to the end, where he's got one more mountain to climb, which is either achieving another belt and then becoming 3-time world heavyweight champion, then retiring if he doesn't get the undisputed, or putting himself in that position to become undisputed, which is pretty smart, and it's a smart move by Eddie Hearn, because at the end of the day, we do all want to see the Wilder fight, but Wilder has to kind of fight other people, in the sense that he needs to be active. And to be fair, if they were to fight now, I honestly believe he would clean Wilder's clock, because he's been active, Wilder hasn't. We don't know if Wilder could take AJ's power, because we've not seen him tested yet. So the Parker fight will be a good test to see if Wilder actually still got it, if he's still got that durability and still got the tenacity and determination to carry on when he's under pressure. Because Parker's going to pressure him. Parker's going to pressure him. Now, Parker's got a pretty decent chin, but that might have been weakened by Joe Joyce. So we're yet to see if he can take Wilder's big right hand. But I think him actually landing that big right hand on Parker is going to be hard, because Wilder can box in spots, but once he kind of gets past a certain amount of rounds and gets tired, he's going to revert back to type and just try and line you up with a big right hand and go for that shot to knock you out. So it's going to be a case of, will Parker let his concentration go enough so Wilder can knock him out or go for that shot? And will Parker be able to take that shot? Because we know Big Joe Joyce, he's got power, but it's more of a grind you down kind of power. So if he could take all that and then go for it, because he did go for it, he threw the kitchen sink at Joe Joyce, but like it didn't work. So it's a case of one of them. And again, with the Zhang fight, I think Joe Joyce just got basically outclassed by a better, bigger fighter that's stronger than him and just tougher than him, and he didn't really actually have a game plan. So it's a bit like Kawanaki, the way he just came forward and used volume and just relentless pressure to bulldoze his way past people. But when you meet somebody who's got power and can actually box and can line you up and set you up like Helenius, they can knock you out. So don't get me wrong, it's kind of interesting, but Parker is a better fighter and a better boxer than Helenius and Kawanaki and even Wilder to a degree. But has he got the punch resistance to take Wilder's big right hand? That's the thing. So we're going to see. And the thing is if Parker stays away from him and drags him into, say, 6th, 7th round, he can wear Wilder out, because then he can pressure him and put it on him. And if he pressures him and puts him on the back foot, and Wilder can't throw the big right hand and he nullifies it, then basically he may actually be able to knock him out. You know, I don't know if Parker's got that knockout power anymore. He had it when he was younger, but like now that he's getting on, he's had probably too many hard fights. So there is that aspect anyway. But back to the Jarrell Miller interview, with Miller saying stuff about him and AJ and that being a big fight. He's just selling himself, because that probably will be the next kind of big decent fight for AJ to have if he beats Valine. And then obviously he has to wait for the Hrgovic fight. So again, a lot of people say Joshua's a bum, he's finished, he's this, he's that, but he's had his two kind of like keep busy fights. Now he's fighting apparently a hard contender, you know. That's going to be a hard fight for Joshua because he's a southpaw and he's quick. But anyway, moving on with Valine, moving on to that. Then if he gets the belt, which I'm pretty sure he will, I think he will, and I think he will actually knock out Valine anyway. Then he's got the Hrgovic fight. Now that's going to be an interesting fight if they both fight for the IBF title, because Hrgovic can box technically and he's got power and he's a big tall guy. So are we going to see another Vladimir Klitschko versus Joshua kind of style of fight? Because it's going to be a kind of stand-up kind of sort of technical boxing match. But then at times there's going to be parts where they probably both slug it out. So that's going to be an interesting fight, because both are going to want to win the belt or win that, you know, win the opportunity to win the belt. So the heart and desire and the hunger for that may actually propel Joshua to recapture his old form and go for a knockout, because I can see a more spiteful, aggressive, kind of more vicious Joshua when that comes up, if he wins the Valine fight. But then going back to Big Baby Miller, that's an interesting fight. Now, I wouldn't say it's the big fight that everyone wants to see more than the Wilder fight, but it's going to be an interesting fight because we should have got it before and we didn't. So now with us having the opportunity to revisit it and the bad blood, the press conference will be excellent. The gloves are off will be excellent, or if they have one, or like a face-to-face. And then the factual fight will be entertaining, because if he doesn't take his drugs, what we know he takes, Big Baby, will he have the stamina to deal with Joshua for that amount of time? And if Joshua comes in big, will he have the stamina to deal with Big Baby Miller, because he throws loads of punches? So it's an interesting matchup, but I still would favour Joshua in that fight, because I think the vitriol that Big Baby Miller's gave will piss him off that much that it will propel him to want to do damage and make a statement. So love Joshua or hate him, he's still giving us decent matchups that he's actually going for. Now, the Franklin fight, fair enough. He shouldn't have fought Franklin, but I know probably why he fought him, because he needed to keep busy with someone that was pretty decent, that had been tested with the Dillian White fight. The Helenius fight was last minute step in again, and this has probably been his third last minute step in, so you can't really blame him for that fight. And yeah, he made hard work out of it, but he still knocked Helenius out. But Helenius was spurred on by the fact that he would get a good scalp, and a lot of people underestimate Helenius and just think he's rubbish. It's not that. Styles makes fights, and Helenius is a lot better than people give him credit for. Now, yeah, we got knocked out by Wilder, but Wilder's his sparring partner, so he knows how to line him up and how to fight him. And in that fight, Helenius decided to use the Tyson Fury tactic and walked onto that big right hand, so it was the wrong tactic. You know, maybe he should have boxed a little bit more and tried to corner Wilder and then go for a knockout punch, but it didn't work. So at least Wilder's learned something new under Malik Scott and can actually line up people a lot quicker and disguise the right hand to knock you out. So with them skills that he's learned, and obviously if he's got better fitness, the Wilder versus Joshua fight would be interesting as well. But anyway, I think if Miller and AJ meet, I think Joshua will win, but it will still be a decent fight. It'll be a good fight, competitive fight. I don't know if it's the fight that the fans want to see. That's yet to be seen. So with the build-up and all other things, if both fighters come through their fights, then there's more trash talking leading up to that. Possible we could get that fight. But anyway, I kind of assume that with Big Baby Miller that a lot of what he does is an act for the camera, and it is entertaining, but it's not really who he is. And when AJ was mean mugging him, like he was saying, and he was saying basically, and kiss his ass and this, that, and the other, I think Big Baby Miller was a little bit anxious because Joshua is not normally, well, he was like that in the first press conference, but he was more so now. So I think because he was more so now, he got kind of Miller on edge, even though Miller decided to take the bull by the reins and kind of like push the media conference and give it more life. But anyway, to be fair, I just think he's a bit of an actor, and he's a bit false and a bit fake, because you can kind of see it in his personality, where he talks to certain people and the way he is with other people, and a lot of what he says is just BS. So anyway, what are your thoughts on what he says, and do you agree? Leave your comments in the comment section, like, comment and subscribe, and that is another one from Knockout Legends. Peace.